I need help. I know how that sounds. I know the comments I'm gonna get. Fake, go to therapy, stop watching scary videos. But I'm not writing this to convince anyone. I'm writing because if what happened to me is real, and I'm starting to think it is, then someone out there might recognize it. And if they do, I need to know what we're supposed to do before he comes back for what he lost. I'm typing this with my arms stitched up, my ribs wrapped, and a police evidence tag sitting on my kitchen table like a death certificate. Because the cops took the hook off my rearview mirror, and then last night, it came back. Let me back up. My name is Miles Harper. I'm 19. I'm the kind of guy who rehearses a sentence 20 times and still trips over it when it matters. Mia Rivera was my best friend before she was my date. The person who made school feel survivable. I had carried a Christmas festival flyer in my pocket all week, folding it until the edges went soft, working up the courage to ask her. The Friday before break, outside the gym, I finally did it. Would you go with me? I said, like, as a date. Mia blinked once, then smiled, like she'd been waiting for me to stop being an idiot. Okay, she said. Yeah. I remember thinking the worst part was over. It wasn't. On our date, downtown was bright and crowded. Christmas lights strung between buildings glittered like somebody had netted the sky. We drank cocoa that was too hot. We laughed on the ice rink. For a while, the cold couldn't touch us. Then sirens cut through the carols. A cruiser crawled along Main Street, lights flashing, slow enough that everyone had time to look. The loudspeaker crackled. Attention, County Dispatch update. Suspect still unaccounted for. Last seen near Northwoods Road, near the Overlook turnout. People kept walking. A few laughed like it was a part of the show. Then, the officer's voice sharpened. The individual may approach occupied vehicles. If you hear hissing, scraping, or tapping, do not exit your car. Do not check your tires. Do not crack your windows. Lock your doors and call 911. That part made the whole street feel colder. Mia leaned close. That specific? Probably a prankster, I said, but my stomach didn't believe me. Mia watched the dark tree line beyond the lights, like it was watching back. I don't like the don't check your tires part, she said. Why? Because that means people did, and if something happened when they did, we should have gone home right then. But I planned out my date, and I wasn't about to let a police announcement ruin it. Instead, when the crowds thinned, I offered to take her to the Overlook. One more sweet thing to end a sweet night. Mia hesitated. Then she smiled anyway. Okay, she said. Let's go. The road climbed into trees. The radio fizzed with static in dead spots. Christmas songs breaking and coming back wrong. Half a chorus, a burst of hiss, then the same line again. Like it was stuck. At the pull-off, the town spread below us like a glowing map, parked facing out and left the engine running for heat. Mia's breath fogged the windshield. The red bow on my rearview mirror swayed with the fan. For a second, it was perfect. Mia leaned forward, eyes bright. It's beautiful. I turned towards her. She turned towards me. I leaned in, close enough to smell cocoa on her breath. And Mia smiled, like she'd been waiting for it. Then the moment snapped. A thin, steady hiss, hair bleeding out of rubber. Mia's smile faltered. Miles, do you hear that? The car settled on the driver's side, just a little, like it was kneeling. The hiss stopped, and the silence that replaced it felt intentional. Like whoever did it was waiting to see if we'd noticed. My fingers went for the door handle without thinking. Mia grabbed my wrist hard. Don't. I'm just gonna. They literally said, "Don't check," she hissed. I froze. That's when we heard it. Metal kissed paint, slow and deliberate. One long pull along my door. My skin went tight. Then, not frantic, not angry, patient, polite. A shadow leaned close enough to fog the window from the outside. No face, just a hooded outline and the pressure of being watched. Mia whispered, "Lock the doors." "They're locked," I said, but my hand shook so badly I hit the lock anyway, twice, like a ritual could stop something real. Then, in the edge of our headlights, it rose into view, a hook where a hand should have been. Thick, rusted, colored iron, pitted and old. Its curve stained dark, as if it had been dipped. "Mouse," Mia whispered, gripping my sleeve. I swallowed, forcing my voice to work. Hey, can we help you?" The shadow didn't answer. The hook lifted, slow, measured, and tapped the window once, not with knuckles, with metal. Tick. Then it dragged down the glass with a shriek. The window cracked. I slammed the gear into drive. The tires spun. Only one grab. The car lurched, wobbling hard to the left. Tire was already flat. And the hook slid through the narrow gap at the top of the window, right where the glass didn't seal, and caught my forearm as I yanked back. First slice. It wasn't a cut, it was a grab, like it was testing how much pressure it took to open me. I made a sound that wasn't a word. My blood splattered the console. Mia hit the window button. Up, 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 up. Too late. I didn't look back. I drove. We fishtailed off the overlook and tore downhill on a dying tire, the sedan shuddering on the rim. In the rearview mirror, the Hookman started running after us, not stumbling, not limping. Running like he knew exactly how slow we were going to be. Mia said, "He's still there." I kept my eyes forward, jaw locked, hands deaf gripping the wheel, while the car vibrated like it wanted to shake apart. Every time the road curved, he vanished behind trees, my heart lifting for half a second, until he reappeared closer than he should have been, like he knew shortcuts, like he'd done this before. We hit ice. The car slid sideways and slammed into a snowbank. The engine coughed and died. My brain went blank in the worst way. Pure animal panic. I turned the key. Nothing. Footsteps crunched towards us through snow. Slow, certain. A shadow filled my window. The hook punched through the cracked glass with a violent snap and dragged across my shoulder and chest. Second slice. Pain detonated white. Blood soaked my jacket fast, turning it heavy. The hook yanked again, searching for softer. Mia grabbed the ice scraper and swung. Plastic cracked against iron. The hook jerked back, just long enough. I tried the ignition again. The engine sputtered, caught, and roared. "Go!" Mia screamed. I slammed it into drive and we lurched forward, rim chewing snow. The whole car, shuddering like it wanted to come apart, burst out of the trees to the edge of the town, under a lone street lamp, and the engine died again at a four-way stop, rim on asphalt. Scrape. From the darkness beyond the light came the slowest sound in the world. Metal dragging closer. He stepped into the edge of a street lamp. Too tall, too still. A coat hanging loose. Dirty cloth wrapped a stump where his right hand should have been. He tilted his head. Then he tapped the glass again. Too quick. Too slow. Too quick. Mia's voice went thin. "That's SOS." He was mocking us. I fumbled for my phone, dropped it. My fingers were slick. The hook slammed into the window. The glass bowed, then gave. It punched through low and swept into my side. Third slice. My cry came out broken and small. My vision narrowed to the yellow lamp and Mia's face. Then Mia moved. She grabbed the tire iron and smashed it down on the hook as it tried to withdraw. One strike, two, pinning it against the broken glass with a ringing clang. With her other hand, she yanked the red bow off my mirror and looped the ribbon around the base of the hook. Not pull tight. The hookman jerked, surprised, like he hadn't expected resistance. Unbuckle, Mia hissed. My fingers fumbled until the seatbelt released. Mia shoved the car into neutral and kicked the brake loose. The road sloped downhill towards a gas station, glowing white at the corner. The car began to roll. The hookman lunged alongside, dragging, shoulder slamming the door as he tried to wrench the hook free. And here's the part that still makes me sick. He wasn't just yanking, he was adjusting his grip, testing, learning. The ribbon stretched and trembled like it might snap. We picked up speed, his boot slipped on ice, and with a final wrenching pull, the hook tore free. No longer attached to him, the ribbon snapped back inside like a whip, and the hook flew up and caught on the rearview mirror, hanging there and swaying like an ornament someone hung while we weren't looking. The hookman hit the road hard, clutching his wrapped stump. Then he rolled into darkness and disappeared beyond the street lamp, like the night swallowed him whole. Mia steered our rolling car into the gas station lot and screamed for help, with hands slick with my blood. The ambulance came, police came. They searched the overlook and the road until dawn, and returned with tire tracks, shattered glass, and a long scrape in the pavement. No hookman. They bagged the hook from my mirror, like evidence could make it normal. A cop told me, "You're lucky you got away." I stared at the band-aids and thought, did we? Because the last thing I saw before they zipped that bag was the red ribbon still tied around the base of the hook like a leash.